All right, it says I'm live. Reconnect. All right, should be connecting right now. All right, we are live on YouTube, and I'm hoping you folks can hear me. I'm back at Red Morton Park. Yes, Red Morton Park, and it is windy here as well. Not as windy as the trail I was on yesterday, but it is a little bit windy, so I'm hoping you folks are going to be able to hear me. I'm trying to adjust my microphone properly so it doesn't get too much wind noise picked up. But how's everyone doing today? How is everybody doing today? And right when I started my walk, Redwood City Police pulled in. And that was beautiful. I love when Redwood City Police is always hanging around Red Morton Park. They love it out here, and I love having them here. I do. I do. And even though I'm a man and, I can carry my own, some people are crazy, and sometimes you need the assistance of, of the popo, right? The popo. It's always great to have the popo in the house. So anyway, and the popo knows me, Like I mentioned last week when the craziness happened with the other side, where they tried to put out some fake, stuff about me that I was doing at the park, which is not true. I had the popo come over to my place, and even the popo that came over, he actually he had seen me before at Red Morton Park, and he's like, "You're that dude that you're that dude that does the vlogging." Yes. Hey, Queen Helen Casey, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Can you hear me okay, Queen? Am I coming through loud and clear? Minimal wind noise? And is everything working okay? Can you hear me, Queen? Anybody else? Can you folks hear me? Yes, you are clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Queen. Starting things off with 9 in the box. Much love, much appreciation. Been doing a little bit of networking again lately. Haven't done some networking in a while, but did a little networking earlier today and late last night. So we may be getting some new people coming over into the house today. So please make them feel at home, make them feel welcome. My nose is itching. Oh, I hate when my nose itches. It's so unprofessional of me to itch my nose while I'm live on the air, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do, right? You got to do what you got to do. Now, folks, you may hear some occasional wind noise because, like I said, it is windy, but because Red Morton Park is not right by a body of water, just like the trail I was on yesterday is, it shouldn't be as windy, but every so often you might, hear some wind noise like right now. But anyway, all right. Gonna wait to get a few more people in the house before we get started here. So, Queen, how's your day going so far? What have you been up to today? Let me know about that. Who else is here right now? Who else is here right now? Folks, don't be shy and don't be afraid to chat in the chat. We get a lot of people that come here to these streams, and most of you are listening, but you're not participating. And I really want to encourage participation because you're really not going to get the full experience of what you're trying to get out of this channel unless you participate. You may be here for one of many reasons. One, you might be a troll and don't care to participate. Well, you probably can't if you're a troll because you're more than likely banned. And I can understand that. Number two, you want to learn and you enjoy the message, but you're too shy to participate, or you're afraid to participate because you fear that you're not going to be accepted, or you fear, that you're not going to say the right thing. There is no right or wrong thing that you can say out here, as long as your head and heart's in the right place. If you're a troll and you are deliberately, saying and doing the wrong thing, that's one thing. If you're an honest human being that's looking to better your life, get a better grip on your life in regards to both your business and personal needs, and you make a mistake, and you say something that doesn't come off right, that's okay. Because you're doing it in honest and genuine ways. And we can help you, fix those, issues, or guide you along the right path. We've got 16 in the box right now, 4 thumbs up. If there are 4 thumbs up, where are the other 3 people besides Queen that thumbed this stream up? Come on, say something. Come out wherever you are. My day was okay. How have the trolls been treating you today, Queen? Are the trolls doing okay with you? Yeah, my trolls are just kind of more so, getting some wind right now. My trolls are more so, they're still coming at me, but they're kind of like in a more tame kind of mode. I guess they're waiting to see what my next move is going to be, right? And quite honestly, there is no next move. It is what it is. What's done is done. We got to get back on track and focus on the actual message. I did a stream last night, folks. If you didn't see that stream, you got to check it out. I did a stream where I did a review on Texas Caregiver Support Services, who's been an active member of a community I so happen to be a part of for the past 3 years. And this person sponsors my 2 biggest haters that have been attacking me for a while. It was a very, very good stream. You're going to want to check it out. I shared a lot of information there about some of the backstory involving what's happened to me over the past 3 years, and how I feel this one major sponsor for the 2 channels that have been hating on me the most has continued to make that possible for these channels. If this sponsor was not sponsoring these channels, they would not be able to afford to do what they do out here on YouTube, which is, hate on other channels and create the most, how do I say it's the right way, the most despicable content I've ever seen. Like, there's nothing positive at all coming from these channels. And just to make it clear to the other side, when that stream ended last night, it did get demonetized. I submitted it for manual review, and it got approved, confirmed by manual review that it is green. So, just in case you folks on the other side feel that, that stream wasn't the right thing to do a review on Texas Caregiver Support Services and to share my opinions, YouTube has approved it by a manual human reviewer saying that it is suitable for all advertisers. So that also means it has abided by the abiding the community guidelines, which is what I'm trying to say. So you got nothing on that. You got nothing on that. Even YouTube's on my side. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate your monetization manual review team. Taking care of those. Hey guys, how you doing? All my buddies are over there. They're getting off of school. It's all good. Have a good one. What was I going to say? Yeah, I want to thank the YouTube monetization team in San Bruno, California, just north of where I live in Redwood City, for quickly reviewing, streams or videos that get incorrectly demonetized with the yellow icon, and remonetizing them so that way, we can, get our fair share of the pie. So anyway, all right, we got 27, 28 in the box right now. 4 thumbs up. Get those thumbs up, folks. Get those thumbs up. Queen Helen Casey's been the biggest cheerleader for those thumbs up. By the way, before we get started on this stream here with the topic, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing Shout Out Monday. I was going to do shout out streams throughout the entire weekend, but that changed when some other things transpired that I felt were more important to present to you folks than that. So, what's the LOL about, Queen? What's the LOL about? I got my comments disabled on my videos. Wait a minute, Queen. Can you explain that to me, please? You said you got your comments disabled on your videos. Like, are you telling me that YouTube has permanently disabled comments on your channel? Is that what you're saying? Let me know, because I want to talk about that. I'll put on my YouTube certified hat for that and try to figure it out. Hey, Savage Squad, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Got 29 people here and only 2 are talking. So yeah, let me know, Queen. What's up with your comments getting disabled on your channel? Similar Evil's in the house. Welcome, Similar Evil. How you doing? Can you hear me loud and clear? Sorry, can you hear me loud and clear, bro? Let me know. Let me know about that. I disabled the comments myself, so the other side don't leave nasty comments. Well, Queen, let me give you some advice here. Advice, putting on my YouTube certified hat. What I do. You sound good, Coach. Thank you. Thank you, Similar Evil. And glad to see that we're still friends and we're still hanging out here. Man, I greatly appreciate you, man. I'm sorry once again for the confusion the other day. I apologize for that. So anyway, just letting the Redwood City Police cross on the other side. They're just out here and patrolling the park, and that is so nice. They see me with the selfie stick. They're like, oh, it's that dude again doing his YouTube stuff. It's all right. They've got my name in the system. They've got my name in the system for the time when I called them over to pay a visit. All right. So, Queen, here's my advice to you. You should go into the back end of your channel, and I wouldn't disable all comments. You're hurting your channel by doing that. What I would do is I would change it to hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. Okay? You can also hold all comments for review, and every single comment, whether it's a spammy comment or a real comment, you have to manually approve. It's a pain in the butt. It's too much work. So what I would do, Queen, is set it up to, hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. What will happen is when you get those trolling comments and stuff like that, it will put them in your likely spam box or your held for review box. And you have to go, you can't do this from your phone. Well, you can. You can actually do it from the YouTube app. If you have the the Studio app, which allows you to access certain features from your channel's back end, or you can go to the desktop or laptop version of YouTube and check out those messages and approve them. Another thing that you should click is to not allow people to post links. So go through all your settings, Queen, and again, it's up to you if you want to disable all comments on your YouTube channel and not have any engagement with your audience at all. That's on you, but that's completely detrimental to your channel's success. You can manage it a lot better like I do. As you see in my chat and on my videos that go to replay or pre-recorded videos, anyone that shares a link or, tries to put an inappropriate comment, it gets held for review. Another thing you can do, Queen, anyone else, is you can go into your YouTube channel's back end and also put in words on your blocked word list. And what will happen is anyone that types in those words or anything close to those words, those words will automatically be held for review on your channel's back end. Queen, I appreciate you telling people to smash the like button for me, but I'm trying to help you out here. You can step off the clock from moderating for a second. I'm trying to help you. I mean, you helped me a lot. Let me help you not totally disable or cripple your channel because of a few stupid trolls. Let me know, Queen, so I can wrap this part up and get started with the actual show here. Does that make sense, Queen? Queen, I know you're stubborn. And I know you're going to do whatever you feel like doing. I get that. But again, I think you should have a fair shot of being a successful YouTuber and completely disabling your comments so no one can comment at all is a detriment to your channel. You're killing your engagement pretty much by doing that. The other side had no right to leave them. I understand the other side has no right to leave them, Queen, but Queen, we don't live in a perfect world. I think you know that. And people are going to do stupid things. That's why YouTube and other social media sites give you certain moderation tools to combat this. You have other options to combat this, Queen, and still not completely shut down the ability for people to communicate with you on your channel because of a few stupid trolls that don't like me. Wow, a little gust of wind there. It's nice to be back at beautiful Red Morton Park, I tell you that. Nice to be back. It is. Oh yeah, and it's a little chilly today. It's about 52 degrees. It's about 16 degrees cooler than it's been, most of the previous few days. We hit 68 degrees several days ago for a few days, and then it just, boom, it tanked. So I'm kind of layered up. Wearing a new outfit today, but layered up. Decided to change it up a little bit. All right. So let's get right to the topic here today. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live once again from beautiful Red Morton Park in Redwood City, California, where I live. This is episode number 49, and today I have a very interesting topic that I'm hoping will resonate with many of you and will help you folks, better get a grip on your lives. Lots of loud cars right now. Give me a second here. Oh, God. I hate that when those illegal mufflers are on the cars and then they see you like with a selfie stick and a camera, and then they gun it to give it that loud noise. I want to make my presence aware. I'm an insecure man, so I've got to have this loud Mustang, and I floor it right in front of you to show you that I own this street. Yeah, dude. Good for you. Again, God, so many insecure men in this world today. It's just, I swear that drives me more crazy than anything. Like the high amount of insecure men nowadays and their insecure behavior annoys me more than any one single thing that any woman has ever done to me, with the exception of being cheated on one time. But you know what I mean. Besides the cheating, like when I see these men behave insecurely, it annoys me way more than what any woman has ever done to try to annoy me or actually annoy me. I don't expect men to behave like women. I don't. I don't. Anyway, so the topic today is focus on your strength, or focus on your strengths, not fixing your weaknesses. One more time, focus on your strengths, not fixing your weaknesses. Now, what do I mean by that? And folks, if you have any questions at any time throughout this topic, please feel free to address them in the chat. If you have any other questions besides the topic that you need help with in regards to any of your business or personal or YouTube needs, feel free to throw them in there. But anyway, what do I mean by focus on your strengths? And not focusing on fixing your weaknesses. What I mean by that is, or what I'm trying to say there is that I'm not saying that your weaknesses don't need to be fixed. They more than likely do, or they actually do need to be fixed or worked on. But it's all about getting you in the right positive mindset, because if you focus on fixing your weaknesses, you're going to be like, I'm really weak in this aspect. And it really brings me down, and you're already looking at it from a negative standpoint. If you focus on what you're already strong at and good at and feel confident at, that's going to immediately put you in a confident state of mind and a positive state of mind right away. So that way, when you look at what you need to work on, you're already going to be in a positive mood, right? Does that make sense to you folks? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Because all of us have weaknesses. All of us have things we need to work on. But it's how we look at ourselves and how we go about it. Are we going to tackle these weaknesses head on with confidence? Or are we going to let these weaknesses just frustrate us and ruin our day or week or month, right? Does that make sense, what I'm saying there? Savage Squad. Nice there, Eli. Well, it's nice. The sun is out and it looks good, but it's about 50 to 52 degrees. And it's windy. And I'm sure you can hear the wind a little bit coming through my microphone on my headset. Although, because the wind is not as strong here as it was yesterday on that trail right by the water, my dead cat on this and my two pieces of foam below the dead cat should be canceling out most of the wind noise. Is there a lot less wind noise today than there was yesterday for those of you that were on that stream? I mean, yesterday was horrible. Like, there were 50-mile-an-hour winds on that stream. So, I mean, I found a way to make it somewhat listenable. But yeah, it wasn't the best audio quality. I'm just not going to go to areas like that when it's like 40 or 50 mile an hour, when there are 40 or 50 mile an hour winds happening. I mean, my selfie stick was shaking around like this, like the wind was literally moving my camera. Now I'm doing it right now to give you an example of what happened yesterday. But yeah, it was crazy. But it was a great workout, I'll tell you. When you have a lot of wind like that and you're walking for 4+ miles, you're getting that resistance. And I got wind resistance on the way in, and then I figured I'd be the wind would be hitting my back on the way back, right? But no, the wind shifted. So I had wind resistance the entire way in and out of the trail. And while that was not good for the production of the show, it was great for me burning some extra calories, because the more resistance you have, the more energy you have to use to move, which means the more calories you burn, right? Makes sense? Right. So, now, let's talk about, focusing on your strengths to help you overcome weaknesses that you have. Okay? But before I get into that, let me ask you folks something in the chat. Is there something that you've wanted to accomplish in your life? You've really, really wanted to accomplish it, but you felt that you are not good enough to do it, or you felt it was a weakness of yours, and maybe you tried a time or two before to somewhat get it off the ground, but because you failed or you gave up on yourself, you just permanently gave up on that dream or goal you were trying to accomplish? Let me know in the chat, folks. Give me a second here. Let me check out the chat. Let's see. The cars in my city does the same thing when the weather is warm. Yeah. No, I hear you. You're talking about the loud exhaust, the loud mufflers, the illegal mufflers. We have very, very strict emission laws for cars here in California. We have the strictest laws regarding everything, which is good. I'll be honest with you. I actually like it, because we have a lot of crazy people living here too. And if we didn't have the laws that we have in place, it would be just extremely nuts. It'd be 10 times worse. The laws don't stop everyone, but they stop the majority, which is good. Wow, it's getting pretty chilly out here. I can just feel the wind chill. So, anyway. So, folks, I'm going to share some stories. I'll share a story about me in the past. And it's basically what got me to the point of where I am today, to be able to do these live streams or my in-studio shows that sound and look and feel professional, right? And this is a story where I will admit that back in those days, I feel it was a weakness of mine to not be able to do what my friends already knew I was capable of doing, because they saw it within me. And it's something I'm actually doing today, which is what I'm doing here right now, or when I'm in the studio. When I was in my younger days, growing up, my teenage years, we used to have records back then. How many of you remember records? And I had a paper route, and I would spend about half my money each month buying the latest and best 45 singles, because I had a turntable. And what I enjoyed doing, I remember records, says Queen Helen Casey. What I enjoyed doing was pretending to be a DJ. I would, have a bunch of different records lined up on my desk, and I had my turntable. And whenever you played a 45, you would have to put on that little round piece on top of the metal spoke at the top. That was meant to play the 33 1/3 big records that had the full albums of the artist. But I hardly bought any full albums, because a lot of times there were only one or two good songs, and I still buy records. Yeah, vinyl, I hear, is still one of the best ways to reproduce music. It has the best, it reproduces the sounds the best. The only problem is that, you have the pops, right? And the cracks, right? Now, you can get better. I had a very, very nice record player. They used to also call them phonographs. I had high-end, high-quality diamond tip needles for my records. But still, I mean, we have way better technology nowadays with digital music. But I get what you're saying. There's nothing like vinyl, and there will never be anything like vinyl again. But I would play the 45 records, and I would pretend to be a radio DJ, because growing up, I used to listen to the radio stations, and I used to love how the DJs would sound. 99.7 FM, X100, this is DJ Eli, and today we got blah, 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 whatever, right? Or that's Michael Jackson with Beat It on 99.7 FM, right? I would do all that, right? I'd sit there in my room, and I enjoyed doing that. I love that. I would just crank up the music, right? I would feel it. And whenever I would hang around with my friends, I would do the same thing, right? So my friends would tell me, dude, like, you're really good at that. This is something you should consider, doing as a career in the future. It sounds like you have a career in broadcast journalism or being a radio DJ or something like that, right? And I'm like, nah, no, I just like doing it for fun. It just makes me feel good, because I really just enjoy listening to other DJs. And, sometimes I just want to hear, my favorite songs over and over again. And when you turn on the radio, you never know when they're going to be on. So if I have the 45, I can just play them myself and just be a DJ to myself, right? I never took what they said seriously about, me having a career in broadcast journalism or being a DJ or something like that, right? And that, to me, I considered that a weakness. I considered that an insecurity. Savage Squad, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. Cool. Thank you so much. Folks, I haven't mentioned the donation thing today. If you want to donate via PayPal or Super Chat, feel free to do so based on the value you feel you are receiving. It's not necessary, but it is greatly appreciated. If you do donate via PayPal, please let me know the amount and let me know in the chat, because I cannot look at PayPal while I'm on these mobile streams. But if you do a super chat, we'll all see it, or super sticker, we'll all see it. So thank you once again, Savage Squad, for the $2 super sticker. Much appreciated. So what ended up happening? Well, I started working at a movie theater in my younger days. It was age 15 and a half. And then I started, after that, I started working in retail management, and retail corporate. I was in the retail world and the retail corporate world for almost 17 years. And during that time, I never thought about what I really enjoyed doing, which is what my friends were telling me, back in my teenage days. I was now in my early 20s and then leading up to my early 30s. Now, let's fast forward to my how old was I when I became an entrepreneur? I think I was 33 or so, almost 34, like 33, around there, okay? We're looking at about 13 years ago or so. I'm 46 now. I'm giving you a close approximation, close enough. So when I was around 33, I decided that I no longer want to work for the corporate world, and I want to become self-employed. And I went and got my insurance licenses, and then built up my business, yada, yada, yada. So what does this have to do with, me focusing on my strengths and not focusing, not trying to fix my weaknesses? I never tried to fix my weakness of, me not thinking that I'm not good enough to be a DJ or a radio talk show host or anything like that, right? So how did I get to where I'm at today? Okay. So when I started, once I got my insurance licenses and I started to build my insurance business, I did a lot of networking in person. Same thing I'm doing out here on YouTube, but in real life with, going to real life live events, which is what I'm trying to say. And what ended up happening was I started building my own network, and a few years after I started networking and started making good money, selling insurance, I decided to start my own networking organization, which is now known as the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. And as a matter of fact, if you folks are not aware, the Coach Eli a Grip on Life brand is a subsidiary of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA. And while I was running my own networking events, I ended up meeting someone that started their own marketing company many years before I met him. This guy is now one of my best friends. Some of you from the past out here know who he is because I had him on my former channel one time on a live stream. His name is Troy, and he runs the Discover County Network. And the Discover County Network had many different aspects of how you can promote your business and find out information about events in your area. And while I was getting to know this guy and I started helping him with his marketing company, because it was a great collaboration between my networking organization and his marketing company, he decided to start his own, I'm getting some wind, give me a second. He decided to start his own internet radio stations. He started 2 internet radio stations. And then I gave him an idea for the third one. I said, how about we start a talk radio station where we can interview people from my networking organization and help them get some more exposure. I threw that in there because I was thinking to myself, wow, I really love talking with people, and I've always had a dream of being a talk show host or being involved with broadcast journalism in some way, shape, or form. Well, this is what happened. He goes, let me think about it. And give me a few days to think about it, or so, or like a week or so to think about it. This was, I think it was a Monday night when this happened. Literally the next morning, he calls me and says, consider it done. It's already set to go. I'm like, shit, really? I'm like, whoa, really? And he's like, well, dude, you better start creating the content because the station's live now. I'm like, whoa. Okay, 1 second, folks. There's a little bit of wind here. I apologize for that. Let me just get through the wind zone. So I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic by this whole thing. And I started creating some content and programming. The very first thing I did was I created a show called GNA DCN Member Spotlight. GNA stands for Genuine Networking Association, my end of the thing, my end of the deal. And DCN stands for Discover County Network, his end, right? And the purpose of the podcast was to interview a different member from the network each week. A show that was about 90 minutes long. So we decided to test market it. We started the show, and we ended up doing that show for 3 years. I believe by the end of 3 years, I had interviewed just over 130 people, and it was amazing. Learned a lot about those people. They learned a lot about myself, the Discover County Network, and those are still some of my best contacts that I've created to this day. But what did that more so do for me, doing that podcast? That built my confidence and helped me naturally get over the fact of not feeling that I was good enough at this. You know, I used to feel it was a weakness of mine that I didn't feel I was good enough to do this. Even though I enjoyed doing it, it was a weakness. And I'll be honest, it was even an insecurity. And even men, occasionally are going to have weaknesses and insecurities. And then from that point on, we started creating other content on the radio station. The radio station is still out there today. It's called DCN Talk Radio, Discovery County Network Talk Radio. Now, I haven't been able to focus a lot of energy on my friend Troy's platform over the last year because I've been really putting in all my energy on this channel. But, you know, he's gotten some more help to run the station, and it's been amazing. And because of that, that's what helped me work through that weakness of mine. I didn't focus on my weakness. I focused on my strengths. Okay? I focused on what I was strong at doing. Even though I really enjoyed doing something that I wish I could do, but I felt that it was a weakness of mine to not, feel I was capable of doing it. But instead of focusing on trying to figure out why I'm so weak at it, I focused on my strengths, and the rest just fell into place. Does that make sense, folks? Do you understand what I'm saying there? Because a lot of people may get confused by the title. Why would a life coach come out here and say, focus on your strengths and not fixing your weaknesses? Because your weaknesses are going to fix themselves if you focus on what you're already strong at. You know what I mean? Wow, Savage Squad, another $3 super chat. Thank you so much, bro. Why are you in such, I can't even talk, man. I'm losing my verbiage big time. You are in such a giving mood today, which is what I'm trying to say. I got to slow it down here for a second. What's making you feel so good, man? I appreciate the donations. That's awesome. Maybe you'll start a trend because it costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time for me to do these shows. So, and my donations have been rather light lately. I'm not complaining, but it hasn't been that great lately for many reasons that have been primarily out of my control. But you know what? I'm not focusing on trying to fix what's out of my control. I'm focusing on what I can control. Oh boy, there's a lot of wind. I'm focusing what I can fix that is within my control, and the rest will just fall into place when the time is right. I'm enjoying life, says Savage Squad. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Man. I guess the moral of the story is, again, I keep saying this to many people out here. Many of you are in a position right now where you really want to accomplish something. You really want to be successful at something. Something you're passionate at, something you would enjoy doing besides the money you would make doing it, right? What's better than doing something you enjoy and making a good amount of money doing it, right? But why do people, not go for something like this, enjoying what you do and making money doing it? Because they're afraid that they're going to fail at it. They're afraid it's going to affect them from paying their bills if they're working a different job. They're afraid to take that risk to invest the extra time into focusing on your passion, right? I get it. But like I always say, no risk, no reward. You got to take a chance to get ahead. And you as an individual are not going to be a happy person until you accomplish what you feel you were meant to be in life. When I realized what I was meant to be in life, someone that helps people, because that's what I've done all my life. I used to always help my friends when I was younger with their relationship issues. When their computers would break down, I would fix them for them. I did so many things to help my friends out of the kindness of my heart. And as I got older, I started to realize this is what my purpose is. My purpose is to help people that may not understand things as clearly as I do, that may not be as confident, and successful as I am. This is what I enjoy doing. And because I enjoy doing it, solely on the fact of doing it, whether I make money or not, the times I don't make money, which yes, we do need to make money to make anything sustainable, but the times I don't make money, it doesn't discourage me from moving forward, because I know when the time is right, this channel and my business will flourish. Because I'm not a quitter, I don't give up. And I'm the kind of person that does not let anyone stand in the way of my success. Friends, family, significant other, whatever, right? And that's what I'm trying to help teach you folks here. Is to not let anyone stand in the way of your success. That includes yourself. I've said time and time again on past streams that you are your own worst enemy. As a human being, you are your own worst enemy. If you want to make something happen for yourself, make more money, or start your own business so you don't have to clock into a day job every day, you can make that happen. But if you're too scared to take that chance, if you're too scared because you feel like, okay, if I try this, it doesn't work out, how's it going to affect me, from paying my bills or making money? Well, you got to work both jobs. You got to do both things. You got to keep your day job to pay your bills, and then you got to work overtime and get your other business going and get it to replace your income before you can quit your day job. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of work and dedication, but if you and time, but if you really want it, you're going to do whatever it takes. That's what I've been doing day in and day out. I've been coming out here every single day on top of working my day job and other obligations, and I give it my all. I got 14 people in the box right now because I'm sure somebody on this platform, my haters, are simulcasting me. But you know what? I'm not going to let it get to me. It doesn't matter, because at some point, At some point, I'm going to continue growing this channel. I'm almost at 3K subs, and they're going to be irrelevant. It's not going to matter. And at that point, let's say when I get to 100K subs, and then I get a YouTube rep, at that point, these people will never be able to mess with me again, because my rep will go and look for these channels and take them down personally, whether they're unlisted or on private. Folks, I have never, ever let anyone or anything stand in the way of what I want to accomplish for myself first, because if I can't take care of myself first and be happy first, then how can I ever take care of anyone else or make anyone else happy? My last relationship, most of you remember my ex if you were part of my channel back then. If not, her name is Dana. Good woman. I still think she's a great woman to this day. But I understand what happened, and I moved forward. One of the main reasons why we split up is because of Mr. G on the other side and how he attacked her and just did a lot of crazy things. You got to understand, folks, this story stems back 3 years. But there was one time, and I really cared about her more than any other woman I've been with. I'm not going to lie. She was a very loyal woman, and a very compassionate and considerate woman. She's going to be very hard to replace. But even she tried to give me a hint one time when things were getting pretty bad on my YouTube channel because Mr. G was attacking her, and then other people were attacking her and us. And she asked me, is it even worth it? Is it really worth it to continue doing this? She was trying to politely tell me, in other words, I don't know how much longer I can put up with this. She didn't say it that way because she really cared about me, and I understood that. But I stood up for myself. And I told her, look, I do care about you. You mean a lot to me. But this is what makes me happy outside of our relationship. This is what makes me the man I am. And if I need to give this up for our relationship, I'm sorry, I can't give up on myself. And she kind of, challenged me on like any woman would do. And then we just kind of moved forward from it. The relationship did not end at that point. It ended about 6 months later because it kept on getting worse with what Mr. G and other people were doing to her and I in our relationship back then because she was a part of my channel. But the moral of the story is this. I've never allowed anyone to get in the way of my mission, my purpose, my drive, my passion, my desires. That's what makes me who I am. Does that mean I didn't care about my ex? Or does that mean that I didn't understand where she was coming from? I completely understood where she was coming from, and I don't blame her for doing what she did. But regardless, I have a goal. I've had a goal, a passion, a dream, and a desire to be the best life coach out there on YouTube and in overall life. That's my goal and my passion. Is that a big goal? Is that a goal that some other people that don't like me are going to laugh at? Sure, but I don't care. All that matters is how I feel about that goal and how I look at it. In my younger days, folks, I used to be more compliant to what my friends and my family and what girlfriends wanted. I was compliant and put their wants and needs first over mine up until about the age of 30. That's when I really started to figure this shit out. Had I figured this shit out in my early 20s, I'd be a lot further off today. I didn't figure it out until my early 30s. Now, there are some guys out there that are in their early 30s or in their early 40s and even in their 50s and still haven't figured it out. Pretty sad. But what I have to say to you folks out there is that if you have a goal, a dream, a desire, make something happen, you can't let anyone stand in the way of that. That should be just a common sense thing. Why give up your happiness to make other people happy? And if you give up your happiness to make a girlfriend, a wife, or your friends happy, okay, in essence, you're making yourself miserable, and your misery is going to show to the point of where the same people that were asking you to give up on your passion and your dreams are going to be like, why are you so unhappy? Well, because the truth of the matter is, if you figure it out, is because I listened to your ass about what you said, that this wasn't the right thing for me. I allowed you to dictate and decide how I should live my life and what I should do with my life. When you figure that out, folks, whether you're a man or a woman, when you finally figure that out and you have that turning point, that you are your own worst enemy, and you are the only one that can prevent that can stop yourself from accomplishing whatever you want to accomplish, that's going to make the biggest difference in your life. Now, once you turn it around, does that mean you're going to immediately be successful? No. What that's going to do is give you the confidence, the motivation, and desire to come out here each and every day like I do and keep fighting the fight on a platform such as YouTube that has over 2 billion people on it, and we're fighting for attention from the same space, or within the same space. What are your thoughts about that so far, folks? I'm going to start wrapping this up in about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes max, around there. I'm on my third lap. I'm going to shut the stream down and then probably walk one more lap without the selfie stick, just to kind of relax and rest my voice a little bit while I wait for some responses in the chat or any other questions, comments, or concerns. Once again, folks, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, live on this same channel here, the Grip on Life main channel, from the studio, I'm going to be doing Shout Out Monday, where we're going to be doing a little bit of networking in the chat. Everyone's welcome to attend, whether you're a YouTuber or not. Even if you're a consumer of content, feel free to join us and just hang out. And you may learn about some new channels, or you may find some new channels with content you may enjoy. Like these networking streams, they're not sub for sub. They're there to connect people with other people. It's like going to a party, a fun party where you get to know people, right? It's like a meet and greet, right? Okay? Anyone can benefit from these types of streams. Even consumers of content can find great creators of support with content that you may like. I've always made some of the best contacts online and offline through networking. Some of the channels, or most of the channels I follow on YouTube today, came from networking. Because I got to know these people, I got to like them, and then I fell in love with their content. So join us tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, for Shout Out Mondays. Invite one, invite all. Please share this. Share it on your community tab. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Discord, Facebook Messenger, everywhere. Let's see here. Give me a second. Let me ask you folks something here. What's it going to take? And I'm going to keep asking this until we start getting more engagement here like we used to have. What's it going to take for you folks to more so engage this chat? We used to have a lot more engagement within my live stream chats, and that engagement has gone down. Does it have to do with the time I'm running these streams? Does it have to do with the topic? Does it have to do with trolls getting to you? Does it have to do with people simulcasting me and then you going to both streams? What does it have to do with? I'm asking an honest question. I'm not complaining, but I want to figure out what's going on so I can fix the issue. I'm not going to focus on the issue completely. I want to still run my shows, but I want to figure out what's going on so that way I can provide more of what you folks want or need. We only have 5 thumbs up. There's a lot of wind right now. Just give me a second here. It's just one of the wind zones right here on this corner. I'll tell you something, folks. It shouldn't really matter if a group of my haters are simulcasting me to a group of 30 or 60 people. There are 2 billion people out here on YouTube. So if we take them out of the equation and just focus on the people that really want to be here, and I have a lot of people that are part of this channel outside of the haters, what can I do for you to get you to engage more or to continue coming back? And to the people that are here right now, Queen and the rest of you, why are there long periods of silence in between messages? There's no right or wrong answer. I know you folks may be busy or multitasking, but I want to know in the chat from the people that are here right now that are able to chat, I want to know, why are there long periods of dead chat, especially lately throughout many of the streams I'm doing? I'm just asking an honest question. I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking to, better hone in on what you folks need, want, or maybe figure out more so what's going on. Maybe something's happening. I multitask while I'm on YouTube. Okay, that's fair. That's a great statement. I'm at work right now just listening. Okay, I want to see these responses because there are people out there, and not that I should really care, there are people out there saying you've got 22 people in the chat and only 2 people chatting. I like hearing you talk, says Queen Helen Casey. Okay, fair enough. Anyone else? Maybe you have too many people blocked so they can't comment. Queen, can you check out and see if that channel... Thank you. Thank you, Queen. You read my mind. Raul Garcia, Fishing and Outdoors, real channel. Do not ban them. Do not ban them, Queen. That's a real channel, Queen. That's a real channel. Hello, Raul Garcia, Fishing and Outdoors. How you doing? We recently connected, man. Welcome to the show. Hey, I'm going to be wrapping up this mobile stream soon and then going live in a few hours from my studio with a more professional stream. We're going to be doing some networking tonight. We're going to be doing a shout out Monday on my channel for small YouTubers and other YouTubers that want to meet some new people. I've got great moderators here on my channel I can introduce you to with great content. And we also have some of the best consumers of content out here on my channel. So, and even if you're just a consumer of content, like I mentioned earlier, folks, you can gain a lot of benefit just by being on one of these networking streams. Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Raul Garcia, hi as promised. How is everyone? We're doing quite well, man. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. I'm a real YouTuber, dude, and I actually care about the people. I care more about, this I gotcha, get me back thing like a lot of people you've probably come across through networking. You and I met through networking, but you're a real person and I'm a real person. And I'm here giving you a personal welcome because no matter how big I grow, I'm almost at 3K subs. No matter how big I grow, I'm going to do my very best to personally introduce and welcome everyone to my channel. All good in you? Man, I'm doing quite well, man. A little bit about me since you're new. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. Half an hour south of San Francisco in Redwood City. And the weather is amazing here all the time, but we pay up the ass for it, bro. That's what happens. But today, it's a little chilly. It's about 50 degrees right now. And I know for you folks back east where it's like 30, 20, and 10 degrees or maybe sub-zero weather in some areas, it's nothing. But for us people here in the San Francisco Bay Area, it gets to 50 and we're complaining. Nice. We are cold here and has been for a while. Where are you from, Ralph? It's not too personal. I believe you're in the U.S. if I remember correctly. But what part are you from? Are you back east somewhere? Oh, Saskatchewan, Canada. Oh, okay, yeah, you got snow there, man, huh? Yeah, Raul Garcia, my dad, who passed away 10 years ago. I'm 46. My dad lived part of his life with his family before he got married to my mom in Vancouver, Canada. So, and I mentioned this before, I'll say it again. My father got my brother, my mother, and I Canadian citizenship along with already having U.S. citizenship. So I have dual citizenship. I have citizenship in Canada. So if I ever need to leave the U.S. for any reason, I can go to Canada. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fugitive and never will be, unlike somebody that's been trolling me for a while, or my arch nemesis, Mr. G, on the other side. But yeah, Canada is amazing, man. And I definitely want to come out to Canada and visit at some point. I'm thinking over the next 5 years, at some point, I'm going to, once I really get this channel going and bring in some extra money, I'm going to tour the world and broadcast live from wherever I'm at. And I'm going to go around and meet YouTubers like you, man. I think that would be awesome. Hey, XC Ben, how you doing, bro? Negative 15 Celsius. And that's the thing. And in Canada, you folks, you read your weather in Celsius. We read it in Fahrenheit here in the U.S. I think 15 degrees, negative 15 degrees Celsius is probably around 10 or 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Can somebody use a Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit converter and tell me what negative 15 Celsius is in Fahrenheit? I think it's about 10 to 15 degrees, which is still pretty cold. Like once you get down to like 25, 20 degrees, it's like it'll freeze water. I lived in Riverside, California a couple years ago. Oh yeah, down south in Southern California. Yeah, that's a pretty nice area down there in SoCal. What got you to move to Canada, bro? Did you move to Canada for family or change of pace or better healthcare system or? Let me know about that when you get a second before I wrap this up. I'm gonna come over here. I haven't walked down this sidewalk ever on one of my streams. This is part of the senior center building. Family and better life, yeah. And you got pretty good health care out there in Canada. You got the universal health care system that's better than ours. And Canada's had universal health care for quite some time. We just got it out here in the U.S. a few years back. Well, more than a few years back, but in the last 10 years, you know, the Obamacare. But that's good, man. Awesome. I bet you you're living more comfortably in Canada financially than you would be in Riverside, because living anywhere in California, for the most part, if you live in any major part of California, the LA area, the San Diego area, Riverside's part of that LA San Diego area, or the Bay Area, you're gonna be spending 3 to 4 times as you are probably spending out there in Canada right now for the same exact stuff. Yep, you certainly pay a premium to live out here, bro. But you know, when you were born and raised here and your family's here, no matter what it costs, man, you find a way to make it work, because home is where the heart is at, dude. Home is where the heart is at. But see, folks, this is the kind of person I am. We get a new person coming here, and we give them the warm welcome. And if I have the time to do it like I do today, you know, if I had something else planned, I'd still welcome them, but I'd have to kind of, you know, rush through it. I'm really glad that I had the time to get to know this guy here today, folks. He seems like a good dude. Subscribe to Raul Garcia Fishing and Outdoors. Yes, a bit similar as California is expensive living here. Oh, so it's pretty. Oh, okay. So you're in a pretty expensive part of Canada. Okay. Okay. Well, that sucks. But you're probably having a good time and living a good life, and that's all that matters, man. And you sound like you're a guy that has your act together, so that's awesome, man. All right, folks. Any other questions? We're at an hour and 10 minutes right now. Let me see here. XC Ben, how you doing, bro? Before I get on out of here, how you doing, XC Ben? What have you been up to lately, dude? I'm back at Red Morton Park. I took a few days off from coming here because of some stupid things that my trolls did. But it's all good. I got it handled. What's tonight's topic? Well, we're doing Shout Out Monday. And here's the thing, XC Ben. Even when I do Shout Out Monday, where we do some networking in the chat, and I'll do channel reviews for people that, donate the $20 requirement for a channel review. Shout outs, I do shout outs for free, but if people want a channel review, an in-depth one like you got, Ben, it's a $20 minimum donation through PayPal or Super Chat. You can always ask any questions regarding any of your business or personal needs or YouTube questions, regardless of the topic I'm talking about. So we can always, incorporate when we do networking streams. What I do those because when there's not a channel to review, you can talk about other topics. And I kind of open that up to my audience to kind of, mention what they want to talk about in the chat. So pretty much wide open. What did the Mad Shangy say? Because the Mad Shangy, can you tell me, XC Ben, what the Mad Shangy said? Because I think the Mad Shangy is trying to make amends. And if that's the case, if that was the real Mad Shangy, if you're around, hashtag Shangy Squad, aka SB, can you let me know if that was him? Let me know, because I got to wrap this up soon. He said you ban everyone? Yeah, if Shangy's trying to make amends, he wouldn't be saying that. That was probably a troll, Shangy. He said that Eli blocks everybody. Well, from what I hear behind the scenes, Shangy's trying to make amends with me. And if he's trying to make amends with me, that's the last thing he would do, is come in here being himself on another account and say that. Because he knows that would not be a way that I would perceive him trying to make amends with me. No, I agree. You're right. And Ben, you're a smart dude. Good call. I was just wondering what he said in the message because I didn't get a chance to see it. And when I'm on mobile, you can't see the deleted messages like you can as a moderator or channel owner when you're on the desktop or laptop version of YouTube, or if you're on your phone in the regular chat. When you're on the actual mobile live stream screen, it just shows you what pops up and it shows you who bans the person, but you can't view the message once it's gone. I hope YouTube can fix that. It'd probably be a pretty simple fix. I'd love to have a few more tools within the YouTube app to live stream with, and they probably can easily incorporate them. Maybe they'll do that down the road. And I know there are other third-party apps I could use. I could use Streamlabs OBS. They have a mobile app, but I kind of want to keep it within the native YouTube app because it just makes it simpler. And whenever you use a native app on a platform, it just works better overall. So I'll deal with the lack of features until YouTube decides to incorporate them. Hopefully one day they will. They probably will. Any other questions, folks, before we wrap it up here? We are at an hour and 14, almost hour and 15 minutes. Exactly what you said, something about Eli. Okay. Yeah, so it's obvious it isn't him. Holy crap, my comments got spam. Oh, okay. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to thank all the moderators in the chat. Thank you to all the new people that joined us here today from networking. And thank you to all the other consumers of content here. Once again, just a couple hours from now, folks, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, live here on my channel from the studio. We're going to be doing Shout Out Monday. We're going to do a little bit of networking in the chat with some small YouTubers or any YouTuber, or even consumers of content can join us as well, because you might find some channels you enjoy following and supporting, right? So join us just a few hours. Share this out, folks. Tweet it out. Share it in your Discords. Share it in your community tabs if you have those on your channel, etc. All right. We got to go. I got to go. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.